Most dangerous roads in the world. This list includes some of the most dangerous roads in the world, many of which show travel over some of the roughest terrain on the planet. So, if you don't get frightened easily, fasten your seatbelt and take a virtual ride. And if you've actually traveled on any of these awesome avenues, please let us know in the comments section. Now, let's begin the countdown. 10. Zoji-La Pass, Kashmir. Extreme weather, no guardrails, steep cliffs, narrow and unpaved. Just about any road that winds through the highest mountain range in the world would probably be at least somewhat dangerous to travel. The Zoji Pass certainly qualifies in this regard, since it's a dirt road with no guardrails or traffic signs, and where landslides are a continual problem. Moreover, the road zigzags among craggy peaks at over 11,000 feet at its highest elevation, connecting the towns of Srinagar and Leh in the western Himalayan mountain range in Indian-held Kashmir. Zoji Pass is generally closed during the winter, when 50-foot snowdrifts make it impassable. Mercifully for drivers on the road, Zoji Pass is only about 9 kilometers long. By the way, it was originally built in 1947 and first used for military purposes. 9. Guoliang Tunnel Road. Sheer cliffs, no guardrails, extreme fog, rock falls, and mud. When the Chinese government decided it wasn't worth the trouble and expense to make a road that would be used by only 300 villagers, 13 of those villagers decided to build a 0.8-mile tunnel through the solid rock of a vertical cliff. Located in the Taihang Mountains in the province of Henan, the villagers used explosives to blow their way through this vertiginous cliff. Lacking road building experience, some villagers died in accidents. The tunnel is 15 feet high and 12 feet wide, barely wide enough for 2 cars. Taking 5 years to build, the road was opened to traffic in 1977. Beware, this road is particularly dangerous when it rains. Interestingly, at least 2 other cliff tunnel roads have been constructed in this area of China. 8. Kolyma Highway and Lena Highway. Extreme weather, unpaved roads, ice, mud, and low visibility. Travel through Siberia is always a challenge. Nicknamed the Road of Bones, this Siberian road from Magadan to Never meanders its way through one of the coldest regions in the world. It is a combination of 2 highways, the R504 Kolyma Highway and the A360 Lena Highway, both of which are subject to some dangers, though the R504 is better maintained. The highways are joined by the Lena River Ice Road, which is exactly what it sounds like. A road across the river that is open yearly from December through April, when the ice is frozen enough to drive on, or so one hopes. Sadly, dozens lose their lives each year when their vehicles fall through the ice. The preferred time to travel on the road is winter, when the ground and water are frozen, making travel somewhat easier. Though, you still have heavy snow, ice, and extremely low visibility to contend with. But during July and August, when it tends to rain a lot, the road becomes a monstrous quagmire, leading to traffic jams miles long. Only the most rugged 4x4 vehicles can manage this muddy beast. To make matters even worse, people get so bored during these traffic jams that they've been known to rob each other to pass the time. 7. James Dalton Highway. Extreme weather, poor visibility, difficult terrain, steep grades, isolation, and wildlife. Also known as the North Slope Hall Road, the James Dalton Highway is a road used by truckers, especially those who travel to and from the Prudhoe Bay oil fields on the North Slope of Alaska. In fact, the road supports the Trans-Alaska Pipeline system. The highway is 414 miles long, paved in places, but about 3/4 of it is not. There are no medical facilities along the road, and only 3 towns exist along the way. It's advised that anyone traveling the road should bring survival gear and plenty of supplies. Interestingly, the TV reality show Ice Road Truckers has many episodes dramatizing the rigors of traveling on this deadly, primitive road. 6. Kilar to Panji Road via Kishtwar. Steep cliffs, no guardrails, unpaved, mud, and isolation. This hair-raising road is only for people who love to drive in the mountains and have nerves of steel. Open only during the summer months, this rocky, gravelly road is about 70 miles long. A 6-mile stretch of it is particularly hazardous. Rocky overhangs look as if they could fall upon the roadway at any moment. The road was built hundreds of years ago by local villagers and has not been repaired over the decades. Only wide enough for one Jeep at a time and having no guardrails, this dirt and gravel road is terrifyingly unstable in places. One false move by a driver could send a vehicle 2,000 feet down a vertical cliff. This road is so frightening that it's hard to watch videos of people driving over it. If your bucket list has this one on it, make sure it's your last challenge. Not sure if you're up to it? Check out this travel log about driving the Kilar to Penji Road for more photos of and details about this harrowing route. 5. North Yungas Road, the Road of Death. Landslides, rockfalls, fog, cliffs, narrow, and no guardrails. If you don't want to travel on a road nicknamed the Road of Death, stay away from this one. Leading from La Paz to Coroico, the Road of Death is almost 50 miles of one-lane road, featuring vertical drops as much as 3,000 feet into the Amazon rainforest below. Astonishingly, the road has over 200 hairpin turns. Up until 1994, nearly 300 travelers died on the road every year. Numerous makeshift memorials can be seen in places where hapless folks have plunged over precipices and gone crashing down into the jungle ravines below. Fortunately, the worst part of the road has now been bypassed by a 2-lane paved road, so vehicle traffic on the road has diminished. But cyclists still challenge the Road of Death, some dying in the process. Incidentally, the South Yungas Road to Cochabamba is considered almost as dangerous. 4. Karakoram Highway, Pakistan. Landslides, falling rocks, floods, avalanches, cliffs, and more. Built as high as 15,000 feet above sea level and under very rough conditions, Karakoram Highway is sometimes considered the 8th wonder of the world. Construction on the road began in 1966 and was completed in 1979, although it wasn't open to the public until 1986. This dangerous road covers more than 1,300 kilometers and, at least in some places, follows the old Silk Road. Cutting through the most mountainous regions in the world, the Karakoram Highway is beset with hazards: rockfalls, landslides, avalanches, flooding, snowdrifts, reckless drivers, herds of animals, precipitous cliffs, and terrible storms. Interestingly, the road meanders through the Hunza Valley, the scene of James Hilton's Lost Horizon, a novel about the mythical Shangri-La, a harmonious place where people live for centuries. 3. Pan American Highway. Inclement weather, difficult terrain, cartels, and wild animals. The Pan American Highway, or PAH, is not entirely dangerous. That is, it's probably no worse than your average American highway. But in some places you risk your freedom and even your life by using the PAH as a means of travel. Certainly, a dangerous section of the PAH winds through Mexico and Central America, where drug cartel terrorists roam. And in the Panamanian section of the road, you could encounter FARC rebels who often take captives and hold them for ransom, sometimes for years, while others never escape their makeshift jungle prisons. Anyway, the PAH is 30,000 miles long, and the only broken section of the road is the 60-mile Darien Gap between Panama and Colombia, where the FARC are even worse. Let's hope they never complete the highway through there. Cotopaxi Volcano Road connects the Pan American Highway with the Cotopaxi National Park, and it is 25 miles of solid nope. On top of being unpaved and severely potholed, the road also features slippery slopes and a stream with no bridge. That's right, you just have to drive right through it and hope there won't be one of the flash floods the stream is infamous for. The volcano is still active, with over 50 eruptions since 1738, so there's that too. 2. Bend Road to Heaven. Sheer drops and hairpin turns. It comes as no surprise that the country that brought us the Zhangjiajie Grand Canyon Glass Bridge and the rickety wooden walkways of the Huashan also has its share of dangerous roads. Located in Tianmen Mountain National Park in central China, the 99 Bend Road to Heaven features 99 death-defying hairpin turns constructed hundreds of feet in the air. If you went off the road in such places, you'd surely die in a fiery crash. In bad weather, with the ever-looming possibility of an earthquake, the road is incredibly treacherous. How many hapless folks have died while constructing this highway in the sky? 1. Taroko Gorge Road. Narrow, blind corners, rock falls, landslides, flooding and earthquakes. Similar to the Guoliang Tunnel Road, Taroko Gorge Road is carved out of and through the mountains. Due to the spectacular beauty of its surroundings, the road is well frequented in spite of its fearsome reputation. This means a slew of tour buses, cars, scooters, bicyclists, and pedestrians are all vying for space on the same narrow road. A frightening prospect, considering the number of blind turns and extremely narrow bends in the road. The road is also very hard to keep in good condition, as heavy rainfall and typhoons often cause landslides and rock slides that leave sections of the road impassable. While many who have visited say that it is well worth the danger, this is not a road for the faint of heart. So there you go, 10 of the world's most dangerous roads. Have we missed any nasty ones? Feel free to let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos in the future. Thanks for watching.